Hey guys, welcome back. Building big with City Skylines. This is episode 36, I think. I'm Enigmius, and today, growth on our mind. We're actually going to be putting in some more low-density residential, because I want to fill out this area here with the forestry and maybe extend the oil area a little bit farther down. And in order to do that, we got to keep the people kind of, you know, feeling a little bit like smarts don't matter, if you know what I mean. That's what we're going to do. And we've got this whole area up here. This is mostly residential in here. High density residential, so it kind of flow down into the lower density stuff to match what we've got going over here. We're probably going to put in another bridge across this way, or maybe straight across like that, to help them get to and from work a little bit easier. Traffic down here is just a gong show at the freight train station. We may have to do like a bypass kind of thing just to help people get around all of this nonsense that's going on with trucks pulling in and dumping stuff off at the train station and picking stuff up. It's out of control. I filled out this area down here a little bit more. High density residential and commercial, which has started to grow, and I did a complete services pass, which is to say I went through all of the different services and made sure that we had everything taken care of as well as we could. We've got parks, we've got you know, using those as supplements to the unique buildings that we put in the last episode. We've got the Science Center here, we've got the Modern Art Museum here, and then we've got parks all over the place, raising the land value, making people happy. We've got transit system filled out for this area that we zoned in addition to whatever we had over here from before. We've got schools all over the damn place. Not only schools, high schools and university. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Actually, did we place the university? Yeah, we did. Specifically over on this side so that we didn't potentially overlap over here with the university. So again, nurturing the kind of office types that we'll be using, because we've so much low education industrial over here that, you know, we don't need to be nurturing any more of that. We're gonna have to set up this up here just to take care of it. You know what I mean? Police, we've got plenty of police coverage even over here where there's not actually any police stations. The police headquarters is kind of helping us out. We've got another one up here. Fire, health, I mean, it's pretty good all over the place. Water, I mean, we're good for water. Pretty much anywhere we want to go, we're covered for water for the time being. And electricity is good. So everything that we need to have in place for this area down here to do well is in place. And it's a little bit overzoned. We've got room for buildings that people don't even want yet, which is not necessarily ideal. But I think, again, moving ahead with solution is going to be able to set up the housing situation that we need up here to start expanding these areas here. And in order to do that, I actually made another custom. It's not even an interchange or an intersection. It's just a shape. It's a very uniform, simple, straightforward shape, because what I wanted to avoid is too much gritty stuff. Like, we've got all these grids laid out here. We got this area here turned into a lot of grids, even with our custom traffic square stamp. It's like traffic circles, but they're squares. It starts to look too uniform, I think. So with this and the right kind of rotation, the right kind of angle, we can put something in place that's going to look a little bit more interesting in the long term once everything is sort of in place and taken care of. So all we have to do is, rather than measure things out and place them over and over and over again, we just kind of treat it like a stamp, like some of the other things that we do. And just like that, we've got reasonable coverage. We've got some dead spots in between here, but it's not too bad for a low density kind of setup. And obviously we're not going to be able to place it here, but then we can come over here and do basically the same thing, starting here and then being a little bit thoughtful, trying to eliminate the dead spots within reason. I'm not, you know, being super picky about it, obviously. But if we know going in that there's going to be dead spots no matter what we do, we don't want to make it any worse. So that, I mean, that's not bad. We could have afforded to get a little bit closer in certain respects, but it's not the end of the world. Here, I think we can just put this guy like blam, and that'll be kind of neat. Probably do the same thing over here, maybe, if we're very careful. Maybe not. Maybe the train line is going to be in the way, and that's okay too. We can maybe what if we rotate it? No. I definitely want to avoid intersections with the trains. You know, wherever possible, I would rather have tunnels going over, or you know, a bypass of some sort. Did I say tunnels going over? That doesn't make sense, but you get the idea. So that's good enough to start. I mean, the whole idea here is we wanted to avoid that sort of overly uniform grid shape, which we've done already. So now we can kind of get down in here and start connecting things in a more meaningful way. Like, for example, we're going to switch that to the bendy kind of thing. We're going to connect it like that. And maybe something similar. We'll try it. We'll have to keep... the thing is, another one of those things, you can't necessarily avoid it, so the next best thing is to just kind of keep an eye on it to try and offset the possibility for future disaster. So here, for example, we've set ourselves up with sort of an impromptu traffic circle. It's not a perfect traffic circle, but it's better than it would be if we had left that intersection in there. So we've still got intersections, but they're not as bad as they might otherwise be. Over here, we want to be really careful about how we link all this stuff together. So what we'll do is we'll take this guy and we'll do kind of rounded like so. And then I would like, if it will let me, we'll just switch to straight. If this works, then I think it'll be something like that. Very specifically and very intentionally using two-way streets here, because I want to make sure that we're not going to create traffic problems, because everything would work fine if people could go the other way sort of scenarios. We have a cemetery here, we've got a crematorium, and we've got an elementary school, so we don't necessarily want to be too disruptive with that. We've also got a park up here, which seems to be okay where it is. So what we can do is kind of look at filling in things up here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it would be nice if it kind of followed the general shape of how things are coming together with this kind of road. And maybe we'll just go like this. And like so. That's not bad. Again, we've got some dead space here. So just for the sake of keeping things a little bit interesting, maybe what we'll do is we'll take this guy and we'll just kind of run it like so, straight. Careful. We almost wrecked it. We almost wrecked it. We just barely got started and we almost wrecked it by being silly. We don't... If we want to run it through an area like this, like for the way that I like to do it, rather than running through just straight and then straight and then straight and creating all these intersections all over the place, we'll just have this kind of snake through and then join up right there. Why not? There's already an intersection there, we're just making it worse. As opposed to making another one, it's one of those six of one, half dozen of the other. But we're getting the better coverage out of that area there. And if we wanted to, we could go through here and do similar things, extending little roads in there to get the coverage. I'm not too worried about it now. But for the time being, we're kind of in good shape. And then over here, we don't want 3-lane, we want this guy. And we want, yeah, it's on the El Bendo. And this guy kind of bending. And this guy like so. And then this guy, we're going to bring him right the way around. Actually, that's not too bad. I kind of like that. Still a little bit of dead space in here, but we kind of fixed some of that. And then we'll go like maybe a little bit farther this way. Like that. And do we want to put an intersection in the middle here? I think we might. So we'll take straight and go like that, and then we'll take the bending guy And do like that. And like that. Very strange shapes, which is good. That's kind of the whole idea with this thing, is not uniform, a little bit, it catches you off guard when you first see it because you're trying to make sense of what it's supposed to be. Excuse me. And there's really no way, because it's not supposed to be anything except for exactly what it is. Now, page down, look at that nice long slope. That's the, don't you dare try to tell me that the slope is too steep while we run through underneath the whole train shenanigan. Okay, so that's a little bit too much. And up, straight. Now it's gonna. This is the way it's gonna be, huh? What a jerk. We were so close. And we are up and out from there, and then we're going to bend it around like that. A few more intersections than I may have liked, but it's functional. And now, we're going to gild the lily. We're just going to go for a plain, straight across, the whole shot. Blam, there we go. A nice comfy bridge for people to get across to get to work. We may look at doing some bypass stuff in here a little bit later. I kind of suspect that if this is already that kind of a mess, then we're not going to have much choice. It's going to be pretty much mandatory that we'll have to look at the bypass things. But for now, again, we're just going to finish setting up the roads here. We're setting up the neighborhood, so to speak. We want it on curve. If anybody knows if there are hotkeys, and I suppose I could just look in the hotkey menu, but for switching to the different road types, and you wanted to let me know, that would be kind of spiffy. Upgrade, just so it matches. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. And last, but certainly not least, let's go. Do I want something up here. Okay, so we'll go straight off of here. We're gonna go up. We'll pretend, right? It's supposed to go up. Up, there it is. And then across. And then do a little bit of a bend. Set it down on ground level. Oh, look at that. That's not bad at all. And then we can extend one more. Do we want to extend one more down this way and create another intersection for no reason at all? Yeah, I think we do. If you're coming across, you might encounter a shenanigan involving a thing. What we can do is hopefully like so, and like so. Not the best, but it'll work for now. It gives us a little bit of leeway over here if we need to do some changes to the train line. I can't anticipate that we would, but you never know. We're just going to make sure, yeah, we've got water coverage here already. All we need to do is zone it. We'll leave all that, we'll leave that. And school. Elementary schools. We've been through this. we have our reasons for placing elementary schools in the no smirch people areas of town. We'll put this guy here. We'll put it right next to the fire station so that kids can look at the fire trucks every day and not just the special days where the firemen bring the trucks to the school. And the Policia. And what else? We're going to put in a clinic. Keep them healthy. They're important. Part of the workforce. Let's put this guy here. Garbage, water, power, police. Bus lines will set up between episodes. Parks. We need parks. Can't have a thriving city without parks. We'll put that guy there. I think he'll be pretty happy there. And then this guy, this is where we can really make use of the dead spots that we had, is by placing oversized assets that would otherwise be too big to place anywhere else. What about this guy? Maybe up here? Will you let me place it up here? Just kind of, there we go. I'm happy with that. And same thing down here. We just want to place it down by the river. A park for people to enjoy down by the river. In a van. No. That joke is too old. Nobody gets it anymore. That's too bad. What about over here? Nope. It doesn't want to go, but we can try a smaller park. It still doesn't want to go. Oh, here we go. We can place that there, and we can place one up here. And one over here, why not? Actually, we'll do it over here, maybe? Or not. I think that's good. We've got services except for bus and metro. Actually, we should place the metro now before everything starts getting zoned in. That's one thing, because the metro placement can be a little bit disruptive, is we'll have a metro station up here. Can we, please? Because it would be ideal, I think, if we could get it up here. No, out of city limits. Screw you, city limits. This'll do. That will do, and we'll do another one over here. Again, city limits. Let's do a thing down by a thing that we've already placed. There we go. So now we can run the tunnels and set up the routes and have everything connecting down here, and everyone will be happy. Everyone will be able to get to work. Everyone will be able to pay taxes. And then once these areas are filled in and this area is filled in, then we can work on this area in here, all this stuff down here and up here, and we've got 3 more tiles that we can buy before we're done. So we're going to be at this for a while, and I'm enjoying it tremendously. So if you're enjoying it as well, you can always subscribe to my channel and get notifications of new video uploads that way, or follow me on social media. Links for social media always in the information section below the video. Leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.